Hey everybody, John Huber here, Maryland K-12. Looking into Frederick County, got a couple of things going on out there that I've been kind of hinting at and kind of digging into a little bit here. The first one, I'll take one at a time, just for this video. Cameras in the classroom. That is an argument that has been going on for a long time. I'm surprised it's taken this long. I'm really surprised it's taken this long to get to the point where actually Frederick County is the first county is going to try a pilot program with selected schools and whatnot. I don't know what's taking so long. I mean I do, but I'm just kind of being a smart aleck here. Traditionally, the teachers and teachers unions have been opposed to this, and the school administrators have been kind of in favor of it. But the administrator, when I'm saying administrators, I mean like the superintendents, their office, district leadership, etc. Not so much the school-based folks. They really haven't felt strongly enough about it over the years to really push the issue to say, we really want to make this part of our plan. But due to the continual increase in school related problems, and you're seeing especially. And what's surprising to me is it's not so much you think about the school shootings, you think about the violence that we hear about and we see all the time on we see it through kids' cell phones. We don't see it, from security. Because of all that, but you'd think that would be the driver of it, and it really hasn't been. It appears that the driver is there's been a lot of accusations, and legitimately so, of some mistreatment of special education students. So I think that has been kind of a driving factor of really the driving factor for change in this situation. So, the teachers' unions have always been opposed to it. And the reason they've been opposed to it is because they feel that it is an intrusion into their workspace. And they feel that it is something that could be used against them for their evaluations, which they don't like. I guess if I were in their shoes, I'd probably see that point of view. But this is a hard thing sometimes for teachers to understand. All right, the classroom is not theirs; they don't own it. The chairs are not theirs. The desks and all that, they're not theirs. They don't own them. Teachers are very territorial. They are very territorial in the fact that they come in, they have their desk, and I've seen teachers who have built, these little corners of, almost built a fortress around them inside their classroom because they're just very territorial. And ask any teacher, and they'll tell you. So, cameras in the classroom to me makes sense, and I'll tell you why. We want police officers to wear body cams. We want them in the hallways, and we want them everywhere. We want cameras everywhere. The classroom should be no exception. There's no legitimate reason, in my opinion, that cameras should not be in the classroom. Now, what are we going to use them for? That's the ultimate question. Same thing with the body cams when they came out with the police. Well, what are you going to use? Every time a cop walks up, was your body cam on? Was your I do not believe that these cameras should be used on a daily basis to be checking in on teachers to see if they're doing what they're supposed to do. I don't believe so. But you have to remember, we're in a public space here, okay? You are in a room with many children who are not your children. They're children of other people. And I think that, there deserves to be some type of a safety net there to where people, when need to be, can check and see what's going on. Now, we hear all the time from teachers, and I can't tell you how many times I've heard this. When we do an observation, things don't go well, right? Teachers what would they always say? They would go, well, you just saw one lesson. That was a 145-minute lesson. And, you never come in here all the other times. And well, okay, well, maybe this would help solve that, right? Maybe this would be part of, well, maybe we'll set a time where maybe once a day for 20 minutes they'll flip the camera on and take some notes and see what's going on in your class. They won't go for that. They will not go for that at all. And if I were in their shoes, I probably wouldn't either. But anyway, the unions have always been against it, and they have their reasons. But in this case, it was developed with the with the voice of the local teachers unions. They helped develop the policies, the procedures. They were involved in it the whole time through. So they're generally in favor of it. I'm sure, they're not crazy about it, but they were consulted. They were involved in the process. So I think there's a win-win there. I think everyone's involved. The state, however, is still kind of. I looked at their website right before I did this. They still have this thing out there. They believe that's an intrusion in workspace, and they don't believe it. They don't believe it should be available to anyone to look at a camera of a classroom. As a parent, as a community member, I just don't see the logic behind arguing against it, other than there's maybe something you don't want people to see. I hate to say that, because I know that's not the case in 90% of the and I hate to hear, as a general conservative, I hate that. Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. I don't like to hear that either. So it's a complicated issue. There's no question about it. But I don't think there's any reason why at this point that we should not have cameras in classrooms. And I think that I applaud Frederick County for taking some steps, and I also applaud them for involving the folks in the process, the teachers in the process along the way, as far as developing the plan. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll work out, but something tells me this is not going away. This is not going away. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, but we'll see. It's my opinion. I'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe. If you have any opinions of your own, please chime in the comments and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Have a great day.